My friends, today I want to encourage you and remind you of a fundamental truth. Simplifying our lives to devote more time to prayer can be a radical shift that will change your life dramatically. Prayer can be the deciding factor in every situation and every challenge that you face in your life. Prayer for some people has become an obligation rather than a communication tool with a loving God who cares deeply for us. Sometimes prayer can be a long, drawn-out, repetitive process because we can forget that God ultimately knows every concern or desire that we have before we speak a word. As Jesus once said, "Remember that your heavenly Father knows every need before you ask Him." If we can remember this truth during our prayer time, it will simplify our devotion to God and allow us to grow deeper in our trust with God. Prayer is like the water that keeps a plant from withering. If we forget to take care of and tend to the plant, which is our relationship with God, it will wither and die faster than what we realize. I want to urge you to simplify your prayer life and trust that God knows all of your concerns. Allowing the simple truth to transform our life will in and of itself completely change the playing field of our prayer life dramatically. Knowing that God is in control is key and vital to our relationship with Him. Most times today, we can put everything before God, whether that is our finances, our hobbies, our wants, our needs, our desires, and we save the fleeting few minutes at the end of the day or the beginning of the day to devote to God, when in reality, God should be our first priority above all else. If you have become stagnant in your prayer life, today is a perfect day to redevote yourself to God and begin the cultivation process and work the soil that is the medium for the rest of our lives. Our relationship with God depends on the trust that we have in God to meet our needs. And when we can trust Him entirely, it changes everything. People today put their trust in everything material, which is always fleeting, and a chase that never ends. I want to encourage you to remain in a constant state of trust in God and understand that simplicity of devotion to Christ, as Paul once said, is the absolute core of our relationship with God. If you can cultivate a simplistic, devoted relationship, everything else will shift, and remember that God is diligently watching over you with care, love, and concern.